back to the Crucial Critics extravaganza. Man, this is a new world, man. We bringing something fresh to the boxing world, man. We try to uplift these fighters, man, and you know, just give a different light to the sport, man. We ain't negative about nothing. I mean, we don't know everything, but we know some shit. I promise you that, man. So, but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start the show off, man. Introduce myself. I'm the host today. My name Rob.
I'm your boy Tim.
And it's your boy Ron or Tyrone, man, whichever one.
Yes, sir, man. So what we got going on today, world, man? We got this second press conference, Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence, man, and we're gonna go on in and give a recap on what we thought about this one compared to the first one, also. But it's really more of a recap on the second one, and just let y'all know what we thought, man, and how we see what the energy we got from it. So Tim, go ahead and lead us off, fella.
All righty, man. Yeah, it was a good day today for boxing. The fellas they did great. They did better than I believe than they did yesterday. Not saying that yesterday was a bad thing, but today it was a little bit more interesting. They were the fellas was going back and forth with each other. Than it was day one, in my opinion. Both of them, they got a little feisty up there, but it wasn't nothing crazy. They wasn't nothing theatrical. Like we were saying yesterday, they they don't really get into the being disrespectful. It was it was like a friendly back and forth going on. It just was a little bit more with the fighters. Both of them. I mean, both of them going back and forth, kind of just talking about what they was gonna do to each other. I always said Earl looked a little bit more comfortable, man, and what I really really loved from Earl today, is that he let everybody in on what's going on and what's going on with the fighters, how they think about the belts that they have. I know a lot goes into undisputed bouts. You have four different belts, and he let it be known that all the belts get 3% from their cut. So that's 12% off of whatever they making. And I know off the recording, off the camera, we talk a lot about. We always have conversations about why are the belts making this much money. Sometimes they have robberies in these fights. So what are the sanctioning bodies doing to promote boxing and help other boxers? But we'll talk about that on another day. But today, man, I want to give all credit to those guys, man. They went out there. They gave everybody kind of what they wanted to see. Like I said, they're not personal with each other. It's not a grudge match. They don't dislike each other. They got a lot of respect. So I think they pretty much gave a little bit more. I think we are ready to see the fight now. I know Rob was saying yesterday that he don't think that they need to sell the fight. I always thought that maybe they need to put a little bit more into the fight, just because it make it. Man, I hate talking about it, but it seems like I be knocking Bud a little bit. But he had his fan base haven't came out and bought a lot of fights from him. His pay-per-view numbers are not the best, so I think it would have been. I think it's good that they're having these type of interactions, because Bud got to raise up his side of the fight. I do think it's gonna sell. I think it's gonna sell very well. But I always say, we see a lot of Bud Crawford fans in the comments and on social media. But where are you guys when it's time for you to support Bud Crawford? Um, that guy's he's a great fighter. He shows up every fight. I mean, he closes the show. I don't understand what's going on, and why you guys are not supporting him. But like Earl say, we need to go ahead and support these fighters. No streaming. Let's just go ahead and show them. And these are two. I don't want to miss it, but these are two black fighters, and let's go and show everybody that black fighters, we can support black people. Black fans can't support these black fighters. So that's my biggest thing. I know Earl was talking about that. So let's show the world that black fans can support these black fighters. But that's all I got. Go ahead, Ron. Take it away.
Man, I completely agree with you. To piggyback off of what you were saying as far as the support goes, man, just to hop right into it. Man, I totally agree with that. As far as this press conference goes, compared to yesterday, it was, man, it was everything, because while I did say in our previous commentary about yesterday that you didn't necessarily need the hype around it, which I don't believe this is hype, but you do want to see your fighter show that aggression and that will and that hunger to win. And they showed that in the way that they presented themselves today. So I feel like they applied themselves very well, man. You had rebuttals, man. You had some slick comments. You had some wittiness, some good back and forth. It was real good. It was real good, man. Real entertaining, man. It actually kept me engaged way more than the one the day before. As far as the support goes, man, that's what's super important. And I like the way that Earl brought it up, because what he's saying without actually saying it is that's what has been the holdup in this fight. And that's why he spoke as far as the suits believing in them, the sanctioning bodies believing in them and supporting them, and most of all, the fans believing in them and supporting them. Without all three of those things happening, we don't get these big fights. So I feel like that was very important, because he did a backstage interview, and he actually spoke to that. He said until he got on the phone and spoke to Terrence Crawford, he didn't understand where he was coming from. He said he thought he just didn't want to make the fight until he got on the phone with him. Then he said he understood exactly what Bud was saying, where he was coming from, and what it would take to make this fight. And he said he had to make concessions in order to get this fight made that he was advised not to. But that's how bad he wanted this fight. So I give props to both guys for making this fight happen, regardless of the back and forth, regardless of the crazy fan bases on both ends, the irrational ones I'm talking about, not the supporters, not the people that go out and support Earl and support Bud and support the sport of boxing, but this the irrational people that's in the comment section that just want to go crazy and just attack other fighters that they don't believe in. I commend these guys, man. I feel like this is exactly what the awareness that the sports needs. They are two ambassadors of the sport, man, and I'm proud of both of them, man. I feel like this is going to bring this is going to set the course for the way that boxing needs to go going forward, man. Like this press conference, like I said, was everything. It was more than just selling this fight. This is opening eyes up to let you know, if you guys really want these fights, man, if we're gonna take these risks, man, we want the reward, because that's what all the greats fought for: legacy and the reward. Nobody wants to show their greatness and not get recognized for it. So that's what I took from it, man. What you got, Rob?
Man, to be honest, I was wrong, man. That second press conference, that was it. I was in love with it, man. I loved the back and forth, man, and I mean, I was actually laughing at this one. This one was they sold the show with this one. They sold the show. I love what they was bringing to it, and they, I didn't need to be sold, but I hope it caught attention of people outside of boxing fans. Like guys showing their wives and stuff, and they want to get an understanding of this fight and what's going on with this sport. And to me, man, I mean, I was happy I watched this one, because I'm not a big press conference guy. I usually like to watch the face off and I end it because a lot of times they just selling the fight, and I don't want to hear them saying something they really don't mean. And with these two dudes, they don't say stuff they barely talk. So when they saying something, they really mean it. And they didn't get disrespectful to each other. They just pretty much both said they was gonna win the fight, and they believe in their heart that they gonna win the fight. And it, man, I like it. I like this press conference right here. I can't lie. And back to piggyback off of what both of y'all was talking about the belts and stuff, man. This sport needs that, man. We need one belt for each division. You don't need all of them other belts, man. And like Earl was saying, where the money going? Where the money going? Is it going to the commission, or are y'all pocketing this money to, like Jose Suleiman? I mean, are you keeping the money? Because these dudes paid a lot of money for these belts. Where this money going, man? And you ain't even in there fighting. You just they holding your trophy pretty much, because you can take it away whenever you want. Clearly, you know. So I'm I'm with that on that part, with the belts and thing, man. And I agree with Earl, man. And they need to have one belt. They need to find a commission or something, some way to do that, to where they got one belt to clean up the sport. They gotta clean up the sport, man, and that's what I'm big on: cleaning up the sport, getting the corruption out the sport. One belt for each division, so you can have a real, true champ. And we know, you confuse the fans when you got four belts in each weight class. You confusing the fans. Some of the fans who trying to get into the sport, you confusing them. So that's what I think they need to improve on. Going off of what Earl was saying, that you need to improve on that, and they'll fix the sport up. You know, but the press conference, man. Back to the press conference, man. I was cracking up, man. I love that Earl, man. Yeah. Not with no damn fishing pro. Not, I was man. I was loving that part, man. So, like I said, I was enthused by this one right here. This one had me laughing. I watched it like 4 times already. So I think these two guys, man, and knowing the type of guys they are, they actually, they did their job, man. So that's my take on it, man. And I'm looking forward to the fight.
Hey, I did have one question for both of y'all. I had one question for both of y'all. Man, why it sound like Bo Mac that made it to the mountaintop, man? Every time he get up there and get to talking, man, I swear it sound like, man, he like, we made it. We finally made it, man. What's up with that, man? You think the moment too big for him or what?
And that man act like he made it to the promised land, man. Like he done seen Moses and baby Jesus on the other side, man. The dude
Man,
I lost it, man.
that's so crazy. I look at it, man. Bo Mac, he just talking because he ain't got to take them punches from Earl. He just gonna talk. He know he ain't got to get punched on, so he just gonna talk. Bro. I really be thinking he just be talking. I mean, and Bo Mac probably can fight, but bruh, you ain't got to fight, so you gonna talk. He just talking. But I think he actually happy though. I think he happy for the moment, but he ain't got to fight, so he just gonna talk. If Bo Mac can tell, he's selling something. He trying to sell it, man. He trying to sell it himself, man. I don't. But yeah, he talking good, but he ain't got to fight, so I guess he can talk all he want, and he's celebrating like crazy.
The one celebrating, he got that chick. I got that chick, man.
Man, you got telling you, man, it was a damn good day though, man. Like I said, it was very entertaining from multiple aspects, man. Like I said, my boy, Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy put it down again for us, man.
They did, man. They did, man. But man, we're gonna close this one out, fellas. We're gonna close this episode out, man. Any last words before I close it out?
Buy the damn fight.
You got something,
Yes,
Phil?
sir, man. Go ahead, man. Support these fighters, like Ron say. Buy the fight. Shit, even if you don't buy the fight, at least go buy some of their shirts. But the shirts high enough to where you can buy the fight, man. So go ahead and support these guys, man. And yeah, take care of business, man. We show the suits, like Earl say, show the suits, man, and we can support and we can come out there so that way they can come out there and put on a great performance, man. So go ahead and support, man. Go ahead and save up, man. You got a couple months, put $20 aside every check you get, man, and you'll have it. You'll have it.
Yes, sir, man. And like I always say, man, it's the three guys. We the three hitman, man. One of us John Wick, one of us Denzel off Equalizer, and the other one is my boy. What's my boy James Bond? Hey, we hitman, man. We all of that.
007,
007, bro. We the good ones, man. We the good guys, man.
Fuck
But
that,
man,
I'm old school.
huh?
I'm Sisu. I'm the nigga with the pickaxe.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Talk that stuff. But
Tell
hey,
them, boy, I'm Shaft,
please,
man. I'm Shaft, man.
we got to get y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. Please comment, man. I promise you, we gonna respond. We want the feedback. Like I said, we know some shit. We don't know everything, man. Some stuff we might miss, man. We gonna give feedback. We gonna respond. We gonna talk back, man. That's what we want. We want the interaction with the fans, man. So leave comments, man. I don't care what you leave, bro. We gonna say something back. I promise you. We gonna say something. I mean, and we not disrespectful guys. Even if you can be disrespectful. We gotta come back for you, though. But hey, man, we here for boxing, bro. So leave a comment, man. Y'all please like, comment, and subscribe, man. Leave comments. That's what we want, man. That's how it starts. Leave comments so we can start building up our fan base.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, fellas.
We out.
Yeah.
We
Yes,
out.
sir. All right.